Hello and welcome to the 9 p.m. news on Voice of the People TV. I am Jerry Abelai.
And I am Vivian Oguche. Before we begin the news, do kindly visit our website, www.vop.ng, for fresh and trending news. But first, the headlines.
Tinubu hosts Ghana's president-elect Mahama in Abuja.
FEC orders final adjustments ahead Tinubu's bill presentation.
Bill on prohibition of foreign currency use in Nigeria scales a first reading in Senate.
Nigerians paid 2.23 trillion naira as ransom in 12 months. This is coming from the MBS.
Self-acclaimed agitators engaging in lucrative criminality, says Soludo.
In business, NIPC Pioneer Status Incentive attracts 386 billion naira, grants tax holidays to 37 companies.
In entertainment, why God delayed my success, says Tiwa Savage.
Well, in sports news, Vinicius and Bonmati named FIFA best players. Now the news in detail. President Bola Tinubu on Monday hosted Ghana's president-elect John Mahama Dramani Mahama, who visited him at the Aso Rock Villa in Abuja. This was disclosed by Tinubu's senior special assistant on social media, Dada Olusegun. On Tuesday, he said the president-elect of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, paid a courtesy visit to President Tinubu at his residence, Presidential Villa, State House, on Monday. The Electoral Commission of Ghana, ECG, last Monday in Accra, through its chairman, Jane Mensah, officially declared John Dramani Mahama of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, as the winner of the country's 2024 presidential election.
The Federal Executive Council today directed all relevant quarters to make their final adjustment in 2025 budget ahead of President Bola Tinubu's presentation of the appropriation bill Wednesday. Tinubu is set to present the proposed 47.96 trillion naira budget to the joint session of the National Assembly on Wednesday. The exercise, earlier slated for today, was postponed to allow the executive arm to make final adjustments to the budget. The Minister of State for Agriculture, Sabi Abdullahi, had confirmed to newsmen on Monday that the budget presentation has been postponed from Tuesday to Wednesday as the executive needed to make some adjustments to the budget. Meanwhile, the Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Abubakar Bagudu, told newsmen after the FEC meeting at Aso Rock Villa in Abuja that the budget size remains 47.96 trillion naira as a medium-term expenditure framework proposed with new borrowings of 9.22 trillion naira.
Now, the Senate has initiated steps to restore Nigeria's monetary sovereignty by outlawing the use of foreign currencies for payments and transactions within the country. The proposed legislation aimed at ensuring all payments, including salaries and transactions, are conducted in Naira, seeks to eliminate discriminatory practices and strengthen confidence in the local currency. This includes making it mandatory for exports to be paid for in Naira. The bill, titled A Bill for an Act to Alter the Central Bank of Nigeria's Act 2007, number 7, to prohibit the use of foreign currencies for remuneration and other related matters, is sponsored by Senator Ned Munir Nwoko, chairman of the Senate Committee on Reparations and Repatriation. According to Senator Nwoko, the widespread use of foreign currencies in Nigeria's financial system undermines the value of the Naira, perpetuating economic challenges. He described the use of the dollar, pound sterling, and other foreign currencies for domestic transactions as a colonial relic that continues to hinder Nigeria's economic independence.
Nigerians paid a total of 2.23 trillion naira in ransom to all manner of kidnappers, bandits, and terrorists over the 12 months between May 2023 and April 2024, the National Bureau of Statistics has said. Highlighting the growing threat posed by criminal activities in the country, the NBS said the sum was paid by households affected by kidnap incidents. The NBS latest crime experience and security perception survey recorded an estimated 51.89 million crime incidents across Nigerian households in the reference period. According to the survey, the Northwest region had the highest crime incidents at 14.4 million reported cases, followed by the North Central region at 8.8 million incidents. In contrast, the Southeast region reported the least crime with 6.18 million incidents. The report highlighted the severity of kidnapping, with 4.14 million households experiencing home robbery. Of those affected by kidnapping, 65% were forced to pay ransom to secure the release of victims.
And now, Anambra State Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo has accused some Biafran nationhood agitators of engaging in lucrative criminality through organized crimes in the southeast. Describing them as self-acclaimed agitators, Soludo said they perpetrate cultism, kidnapping, armed robbery, and even idolatry for ransom. He added that they now hide under liberation struggle for all kinds of crime, fueling insecurity in the region. However, the governor told newsmen at the governor's lodge in Amaba that the government is determined to tackle criminality and to free Anambra from criminal elements. According to him, the briefing was meant to highlight the security challenges in the state and government's efforts to tackle them. He stressed that security is a collective responsibility and requires full-scale measures.
The governments of Kenya, Nigeria, South Africa, Uganda, and Zimbabwe have launched a $90 million project to reduce the releases of hazardous chemicals from plastics in a sector-based approach covering the automotive, electronics, and construction industries. Hazardous chemicals, including persistent organic pollutants, are used in an array of different plastic products to enhance their properties, a statement by the United Nations Environment Programme. UNEP stated that POPs remain intact for decades, accumulate in the environment, and are released throughout the life cycle of these plastics, harming human health, the environment, and the economy, adding that their presence in plastics also limits circularity, as POPs contaminated materials cannot be safely reused, recycled, or reintroduced in the value chain. It noted that the Stockholm Convention has been adding to its annexes POPs for global phase-out, which are commonly used as additives in plastic components in industries. It said that addressing product design to avoid these problematic additives is of high priority for immediate action to avoid a future tsunami of hazardous waste and protect human health and the environment. African countries, it said, are both major importers and rapidly growing local producers or assemblers of plastic products likely to contain POPs. The director of UNEP's Industry and Economy Division, Sheila Agawal Khan, said that plastic additives have a range of harmful properties, from environmental persistence, toxicity, and endocrine disruption, and are present everywhere, so the project has global relevance.
Well, from the environment to the aviation sector now, the Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau, NSIB, on Tuesday revealed that the pilot in command, PIC, of the Bell 429 helicopter operated by the Nigeria Police Air Wing and involved in an accident on the 26th of January 2022 was not eligible to conduct the flight. NSIB also disclosed that the permit for non-commercial flight, PNCF, issued to the Nigeria Police Air Wing, NPAW, by the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, expired in September 2017, beg your pardon, and was not renewed. Addressing newsmen, Director General of the NSIB, Captain Alex Bader Jr., while presenting the final report among other reports, said the co-pilot was, however, certified, licensed, qualified, and competent to fly as either PIC or co-pilot, having met the requirements stipulated in the relevant sections of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Regulations, NIGCARs 2015. Bade said the pilot was licensed, certified, and appropriately type rated as Part 2 on the Bell 429 helicopter, which confers the privileges of second in command on the pilot. However, according to him, the pilot was not eligible to conduct the flight, exercising the privileges and authorities of the pilot in command PIC, except he is appropriately type rated on Bell 429 helicopter per subsections 2313, A and B, and C 2321. Therefore, the investigation determined that the pilot was not qualified and not competent to operate the flight as the PIC, having not met the requirements stipulated in the relevant sections of Nigerian Civil Aviation Regulations 2015.
The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has issued a decisive directive to end unnecessary arrests, detentions, and unlawful phone checks by police officers across Nigeria. This move comes amid growing concerns about human rights violations and public outcry over police misconduct. VOB TV's Matthew Ogunswada reports.
Betokun has directed an immediate end to the arbitrary arrest and detention of youth across Nigeria, along with a halt to unlawful phone checks and seizures at police checkpoints. This directive, issued in a wireless message dated December 13, 2024, was sent to all state commands and signed by the Department of Operation at the force headquarters. Egbetokun warned that any officer found violating these orders, along with their commissioners of police and supervisors, will face disciplinary action. Additionally, the police hierarchy admitted that such unlawful practices have tarnished the image of the Nigerian police force and were among the triggers of the End SARS protest, which resulted in significant destruction of property and loss of lives. However, to ensure compliance, monitoring units will be deployed across the country. As Voice of the People TV, we are on the street to gather citizens' opinion on this new development.
Not proper for fund to be collected. Let the person face the penalty of his offense.
Everybody is guilty here. Even the police, they are also guilty. In a situation whereby they will engage themselves in an unlawful arrest, they are going to torture that person until that person confess to what he or she knows nothing about. Even if they arrested someone, they shouldn't collect their phone from them, because that would be an avenue or a medium for that particular person to reach one or two people of his family in order to come and aid him or her out of the arrest.
If you suspect somebody as a police, and there are some many ways where you can even interrogate him or her. It's not by checking the phone, checking the phone. Because what I see, the first thing that some of our police they do, especially when they see the way you dress, like all the dreadlock and other this, the first thing they attack, they just bring your phone. Phone is a personal property or document which belong to you. You might have some privacy in it. If you suspect somebody as a police, there are some many ways where you can even interrogate him or her. It's not by checking the phone.
As Nigerians react to this directive, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, expressed hope and confidence that this new directive will help foster public trust and build police-community relationship. However, many Nigerians are hopeful that consistent enforcement will help guarantee its success. We will continue to follow these developments closely, providing you with further updates. Matthew Ogunswada, reporting for Voice of the People TV.
Well, thank you for watching the 9 p.m. news on Voice of the People TV. Stay with us for more stories after this break.
The gift of love,
the gift of joy,
the gift of laughter,
the gift of happiness,
the gift of peace. May all these and more be yours this Yuletide season. Greetings from the management and staff of Voice of the People Television.
A scintillating Christmas celebration and a prosperous New Year 2025.
From all of us, we just want to wish you a very, very Merry Christmas and a prosperous 2025.
This is to wish you Merry Christmas. Una do well for standing by us all this time.
In a significant development, here is a more prosperous new year, filled with happiness and
With
love.
a wish and a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you for always watching our Obonge station.
Aku ọdún Kérésìmesì, akin fún ọdún, a yóò máa ṣọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọdún láyé.
Hi, I am Chukwuma Okoro. This is wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Anyị na-ekele unu n'ihi na unu soro anyị bido mgbe this year bido till now.
Season greetings from all of us at Voice of the People TV.
Season's greetings from all of us at VOP TV.
The Utah is a season of love, a season of hope, a season of blessings. May the divine light of Christmas shine in your life this season. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from all of us at Voice of the People Television. Thank you for sticking with us.
Well, you're welcome back. Now, the Senate has called on the federal government to fund the establishment of modern ranches nationwide to enhance safety and economic productivity for herders and residents. It also resolved to enact a law abiding or a law defining the limits of economic activities under the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, treaty to address security concerns. The resolutions follow the motion of urgent national importance on the need to address the incessant banditry, killings, and displacement of innocent Nigerians. Presenting the motion, Senator Anthony Yaro highlighted December 11 attacks on villages in Biliri local government area of Gombe State, where suspected herders killed several residents, burnt homes, and destroyed food supplies and livestock, noting that the criminality also threatens the peace of neighboring states like Taraba, Bauchi, and Adamawa. Yaro emphasized that the violence has disrupted food sufficiency and major economic activities in the region. Also, Senator Adams Ashomale underscored the importance of defining the boundaries of economic activities under the ECOWAS Treaty, citing criminal activities tied to individuals who exploit Nigerians' open borders.
The federal government has earmarked 47 billion naira to support universities of agriculture and medical schools across the country. The breakdown showed that the universities of agriculture will receive 30 billion naira, with each university receiving 1 billion naira to establish mechanized farms, while 18 medical schools will receive 17 billion naira to train healthcare professionals, including medical doctors, dentists, pharmacists, and nurses. The government also announced the setting up of startup grants to university students, which is aimed at supporting their entrepreneurial endeavors. And Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, stated this in Abuja on Tuesday during a meeting with pro-chancellors of federal universities. Alausa said the intervention fund allocated to universities of agriculture will play a significant role in enhancing food security nationwide. The minister noted that by supporting these institutions, the fund aims to boost agricultural productivity, ultimately contributing to the country's food security.
Well, switching some gears now, nominees for the Edo State Board of Internal Revenue, as well as the Local Government Council Commission, have been cleared by the State House of Assembly. The lawmakers confirmed all of them on Tuesday at plenary based on self-recognition, qualification, and experience, following their nomination earlier by Governor Monday Okpebolo. Now, the Revenue Board members cleared include Oladele Balogun as chairman, Patrick Idiake as executive director, as well as Michael Zomo as Jackson Eribo. Equally cleared were the nominees for Local Government Service Commission based on the recommendations of the House Committee on Rules, Business and Government. There were Damian Azebelbo as chairman, Francis Akibe, Emmanuel Iyase, and Benjamin Abu as members. In another development, the Assembly suspended all the chairman and vice chairman of the 18 local government areas over alleged misappropriation of funds. The heads of the various legislative arms have been directed to oversee the running of the councils for the next 2 months.
The Delta State Police Command said they arrested over 678 persons for various criminal offenses since February 2024. This included 130 suspected armed robbers, 88 suspected kidnappers, 76 murder suspects, 329 suspected cultists, and 54 suspects for rape and defilement. The command has also recovered 32 units of AK-47, AK-49 rifles, 27 Beretta pistols, 72 single-barrel, locally made quarter-size guns, and 19 pump-action guns. Additionally, 5,042 rounds of ammunition cartridges were recovered. Speaking on the development, Delta Police Commissioner Abaniwanda Olufemi attributed the success to the cooperation of other security agencies, stakeholders, and the good people of the Delta State. The arrested persons include those suspected of kidnapping a man and woman along DLA Road in Asaba, a murder suspect who confessed to killing an 8-year-old boy for a native doctor, and another who raped a 28-year-old woman in her house.
Well, that's rather unfortunate. But let's take you now to Anambra State, where the Commissioner for Power and Water Resources, Julius Melikam Chukwuemeka, has revealed that the state plans to domesticate power generation by 2025, following the successful passing of the Anambra State Electricity Bill currently before the House of Assembly. Chukwuemeka disclosed this while addressing the press after the ministry's 2025 budget defense in the State Assembly complex in Awka. He noted that the 2023 Electricity Amendment Act, which empowers states to legislate on electricity matters, has paved the way for the Soludo administration to proceed with plans for the domestication of power generation. Commissioner explained that once the bill is passed, the state will establish the Electricity Management Agency and other regulatory bodies to oversee power management and regulation. This initiative is expected to lead to improved power supply across Anambra State. According to Chukwuemeka, the power sector will focus on extending electricity to various industries and communities in the state. He highlighted the development of the Anambra Mixed-Use Industrial City, a significant industrial cluster, as a key project requiring reliable and affordable power supply to attract investors.
Meanwhile, in compliance with the judgment of the Supreme Court, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has announced its recognition of Sylvester Ezeokenwa as the national chairman of the All Progressive Grand Alliance. The Supreme Court's judgment, delivered on November 27, 2024, ruled in favor of Ezeokenwa as the legitimate chairman of ABGA. In a statement today, INEC National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voter Education Committee, Sam Olumekun, said the Commission addressed the protracted leadership tussle within ABGA earlier at a meeting. According to the statement, among other issues, the meeting discussed the ABGA leadership issue, which had been the subject of litigation. It added that in compliance with the judgment, the Commission has restored Ezeokenwa as chairman of ABGA and restored his name on the Commission's website accordingly.
And now, Kaduna State Governor Ubasani has reinstated ownership of 2 plots of land in Kaduna metropolis to the family of the late head of state, General Sani Abacha. The lands had been revoked 2 years ago by former Governor Nasir El-Rufai. The properties include number 9 Agbakpa, GRA, Kaduna, measuring 2,284 square meters, covered by Kaduna State Certificate of Occupancy number 30575 and number 1 Diggle Road, U1 Ungwanrimi, GRA, Kaduna, measuring 3,705 square meters. covered by Kaduna State Certificate of Occupancy number 11458. Reuben Atabo, son, counsel to the Abacha family, revealed that the land titles were revoked in 2022 following a public notice issued by the Kaduna State government citing violations of the terms of occupancy. General Sani Abacha's name was listed among those affected, causing the family to seek legal redress for the embarrassment caused. Governor Obasani reversed the decision through letters dated December 10, 2024, issued by Mustafa Haruna, Deed Registrar, on behalf of the Director General of Kaduna Geographic Information Service. The letters directed Mohammed Sani Abacha through his lawyer to pay outstanding fees to fully reinstate the land titles.
And coming up next is business, entertainment, and sports stories after the break. Do stay with us.
From the views on the street,
we go to bed empty hunger,
to the blaring horns of a hustling city. The loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lodge.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and penchant for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills three things that makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people.
Welcome back. The Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission, NIPC, has revealed that its Pioneer Status Incentive, PSI, has attracted 386 billion naira in investment. The incentive grants eligible companies a tax holiday of 3 to 5 years, exempting them from paying corporate income tax within that period. This was disclosed by the head of the Incentives Administration Unit, Mrs. Lovina Kayode, during a media party in Abuja. She noted that the 386 billion naira was generated from 37 companies benefiting from the scheme. Mrs. Kayode noted that the broader impact of the incentive has created significant job opportunities and contributed to reducing poverty, given that the agency has been able to generate 5,559 jobs. She disclosed that NIPC had compiled a comprehensive guide to incentives in Nigeria, covering 6 key sectors: investment policies and protections, general tax-based incentives, sector-specific incentives, tariff-based incentives, export incentives, and special economic zones, adding that the measures aim to simplify the investment process and encourage foreign and local investors.
And now the Senate has passed the 2014 Nigerian Insurance Industry Reform Bill following the adoption of the report by the Committee on Banking, Insurance and Other Financial Institutions. The report was presented by the committee's chairman, Senator Abiru Adetokunbo, APC Lagos, during Tuesday's plenary session. Adetokunbo explained that the bill, which was read a second time on July 18, sought to consolidate various existing laws regulating insurance businesses in Nigeria. He listed the relevant laws to include the Insurance Act 2003, the Marine Insurance Act, Motor Vehicles, Third-Party Insurance Act, and National Insurance Corporation Act, and Nigerian Reinsurance Corporation Act. A major objective of the bill, according to Adetokunbo, is to create a robust legal and regulatory framework for the insurance sector, enabling it to contribute positively to Nigeria's financial landscape. He emphasized the need for effective risk-based supervision in the insurance sector, arguing that the current rule-based regulatory system had become obsolete.
Now to sport, Real Madrid attacker Vinicius Jr. has won the FIFA Best Men's Player of the Year award at a ceremony in Doha today, while Barcelona midfielder Aitana Bonmati picked up the women's prize for the second time. The award comes 2 months after 24-year-old Vinicius was second on the Ballon d'Or, with Real electing to snub the ceremony when they found out beforehand that Manchester City's midfielder Rodri was set to be named the winner of the trophy. However, the Brazilian was this time on hand to collect the prize in person, as he is in Qatar with his club ahead of their Intercontinental Cup final clash with Mexico's Pachuca on Wednesday. Vinicius succeeded Lionel Messi as the FIFA Best Men's Player after the Argentines scooped up the last 2 editions of the award. The live wire forward scored 24 goals and laid on 11 assists in 39 matches across all competitions as he led Real to a La Liga and Champions League double last season.
Well, congratulations to the gallant winner. And now President Bola Tinubu has congratulated the Super Eagles forward Ademola Lookman on winning the 2024 CAF Men's African Footballer of the Year. President Tinubu also hailed Super Falcons goalkeeper Chiamaka Nadozie for clinching the CAF Women's Goalkeeper of the Year award and the Super Falcons for being named the Women's National Team of the Year. The awards were announced last night at the Palais des Congrès in Marrakesh, Morocco. The president, in a statement signed by his special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, joined millions of Nigerians in celebrating the athletes, describing them as worthy ambassadors for showcasing their talent and bringing honor to the country on the continental and world stage. The president believes that this recognition by Africa's highest football authority will inspire other upcoming athletes to remain steadfast in pursuing their dreams.
In out entertainment, where singer, songwriter, and actress Tiwa Savage has disclosed that her success was delayed by God so that she would be a blessing to others. Speaking in a recent episode of the Received podcast, The Water and Gary Crooner revealed how she questioned not being successful in her 20s. According to Tiwa, her late success could be an inspiration to a girl in her 20s who sees her page and realizes that the famous singer gained prominence in her 30s. I feel like God has done this on purpose. God delayed my success by purpose, she said, and I quote.
Okay, I can relate. Now, this story here is about disc jockey Florence Odetola, popularly known as DJ Cuppy, and she has made a declaration about embracing her true self. In a recent statement shared on her X handle, Cuppy asserted that she will no longer compromise her identity to fit into any situation, whether personal or professional. In a statement, Cuppy said she was no longer staying in a room, a convo, a relationship, a platform, or anywhere at all that requires her to abandon her true self. DJ Cuppy has been open about her desire to find love again and her preferences when it comes to relationships.
And that's it on the 9 p.m. news. Before we go, a quick look at the headlines. Tinubu hosts the Ghana President-elect Mahama in Abuja.
Also, we told you that FEC orders final adjustments ahead Tinubu's bill presentation.
A bill on prohibition of foreign currency use in Nigeria scales first reading in Senate.
And also, we told you that Nigerians paid 2.23 billion or trillion as ransom in 12 months. This is coming from the NBS.
Self-acclaimed agitators engaging in lucrative criminality, says Soludo.
And in business, NIPC Pioneer Status Incentive attracted 386 billion naira grants, tax, also holidays to 37 companies.
In entertainment, why God delayed my success, says Tiwa Savage.
Sports news, we told you that Vinicius, Bon Matthew were named the FIFA Best Players.
And the world to subscribe to our YouTube channel on YouTube. We are Voice of the People TV, and on all the social media platforms, we are VOP TV Live. I am Jerry Apelewai.
And I am Vivian Oguche. Have yourself a fantastic evening.
Good evening.